Hey everyone, thanks for watching my replay, and thank you to everyone who joins us live. Today I'm going to make a project for the auction at the end of the week. I'm going to use the Farmhouse Kitchen transfer, and as you can see, this one got kind of balled up and getting moved around, but I'm going to show you that it can still be used and make a beautiful product. So I'm going to start by cutting this apart on the lines, which is going to take just a minute because I want to be kind of careful to keep it straight, and it's kind of hard with this thing having a kink in it, but that's okay. We'll make it work with whatever we get. I'm going to be using a box frame today, and this is the first time I will have chalked on a box frame. I bought it a while back, but I just hadn't taken the time to make a project with it. And it's really cute. And I think it's just going to be perfect on this board. Now I'm going to be layering this design, so that's going to be a little bit different. We're going to have to let the paste dry during this. And this transfer just has the cutest things. In addition to the words Farmhouse Kitchen, which we're going to use for this project, you've got a little mixing bowl, you've got the phrase made with love and baked fresh daily, little rolling pin. Super cute things that would be really cute on some tea towels. Okay, that's intended to stay as one piece. So we're going to do that. First thing, we're going to turn these over and write the name of the transfer on the back. I usually kind of put my initials too in case I ever take it to a class. And this is Farmhouse. And this one is Kitchen. And since I don't want these to get out of hand later, even though we're not using them today, I'm going to put made with love, baked fresh daily. Probably didn't have to write all that out, but it's not going to hurt me. Little rolling pin, which I think is just adorable. And the mixing bowl. And this way I won't accidentally stick a clean transfer back on one of these pieces and have it be on the wrong side and stick to the backing. We want it to release again. So since we're going to layer this, we're going to start with the word kitchen. And so I'm going to pull that off of this wonky backing. The nice thing about this is, even though the backing is kind of crazy bent, the vinyl on the transfer is so flexible, it's just going to be fine. Now, I will need to work with this backing before I put the thing back on it to try to flatten it out as much as possible, so it won't maintain that weird kink in it. But at least it's still usable. So we're going to fuzz it good. Okay? We don't want it to be so aggressive when it sticks onto the box that we can't get it removed. So I think one good fuzzing ought to do this one. So let me just put that on my leg so I know where it is. And we're going to place the word kitchen. Move it over just a little bit. Whoops. Love that these are repositionable, because God knows I don't usually get them in the right place first time out. Now that's pretty good. Get the wrinkles out. And then we've got our word kitchen. Hey, Laurie, and hey, Uncle Ed. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining me. The little corner protector fell off here, but it won't hurt anything. So let's see. Now I need to pick a color for this. I know that the word farmhouse, I'm going to layer over the top of it, and it's going to be black. So we need something that's going to be a little more sheer. I've got a storm gray, which is this color. I don't know if you can see that good. It's kind of a medium gray. And I think if I can reach over here and grab my black, I think there's going to be plenty of contrast between them. So let's try the storm, because goodness knows when everybody's asking for dinner, it kind of feels like a storm. Okay, I'm gonna, well, let's see if I have one of these already open. Nope. Time to open up a new squeegee here. This is our regular size squeegee, and it's pretty good for large areas, but let's see. So we are going to, this paste is in pretty good shape, but doesn't need to be stirred. We're going to take some paste right here, and we're going to start drawing it across our letters. And it does go a little farther than you think it would. The first time you use it, you kind of think, oh, well, it's, you know, going to take so much ink, or actually paste. This is Chalkology paste, but it really doesn't. I've not had any problems with it at all. Want to make sure we get these edges good. There we go. We can drag it down a little bit this way. Now you know you've got plenty when you just can't see the white that was coming through the open mesh. So we're gonna bring the excess down. And just double checking that we've gotten it all the way around. Let's see what we've got. Okay, being careful not to lift. Okay, let me sit this aside so I can wash it as soon as we're done here. We've had a little bit of a bleed through here on the side. Not the end of the world. When it's dry, I'll take a wet Q-tip and just clean that right off. Okay, so we're going to let this dry a little bit. And I do think the storm gray looks good with this frame. It's got a little bit of a gray tone to it. You don't have to leave the corner protectors off, but I know that I'm going to be delivering this to someone after our auction on Saturday. Chalk Couture is having an auction on their Chalk Couture Facebook page, and I will be doing auctioning a few items on mine as well to support Watts of Love. While this is drying, and it'll take a couple minutes, I wanted to let you know a little bit about Watts of Love. It is a wonderful organization that provides solar lighting to people in countries that don't have electricity. And we kind of take electricity for granted. But there are an awful lot of people in this world that live without all of the basic things that we take for granted. And electricity is one of them. We're very accustomed to going in and flipping on a light switch and doing whatever we need to do. But imagine living in a world where when the sun went down, you had to stop everything because you didn't have electricity. Or if you were prosperous enough that you could get candles and kerosene, you could have those running in your house. But you can develop respiratory ailments from having those run in your house for an entire lifetime. And you can have all sorts of other issues. But the biggest problem is that the amount of children that are maimed or killed from burns. That's huge. That's one of their largest causes of death with children. And if we can prevent that, it's really awesome. Watts of Love has got a way of doing this where they can create these lights and deliver them to, in this year, every year Chalk picks a country to benefit. This year, all of our efforts are going to Malawi. And in Malawi, the average family size is 7 people. $50 provides a solar light that will work and is guaranteed for 10 years of daily use. So it's durable, it's clean, and it's safe. And I was shocked to find out that 30% of people's incomes went toward buying the kerosene and the candles. This is given to them free, and they even teach them how to take that income and set up a little cottage industry. Maybe they can get some chickens and sell eggs, or a goat or two and make cheese. Maybe they can start weaving. There's a lot of things that they can do, and they can trade in and amongst the people in their village and benefit everybody and kind of increase everybody's standard of living. So that's a really good thing. And all of the proceeds from the Chalkator Chalkathon and my auction this weekend are going to go to benefit those lights, as many as we possibly can, to help the people of Malawi. So I think this is starting to feel a little bit drier. It could go a minute more. I don't think I have a blow dryer in here right now, which is something I need to probably get. And as soon as it's, this feels pretty good. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. And here's our farmhouse transfer, part of the transfer in that pretty script. Now we really don't want this to be pulling up the chalk paste underneath, so I'm going to fuzz it twice and cut the stickiness down on it. None of the paste lifted, so we're in good shape, I believe. So let's lightly put this down. I think that's more or less it. I'm going to lightly secure it. I don't want it to pull up the paste, but I do want it to be adhered to the surface so that we won't get a lot of bleed through it. So let's take a look at this paste. Ooh, this one could use some stirring. So this paste has gotten a little thick. So we just stir it back into submission. It sometimes takes a few minutes, but it's loosening up quite nicely now. It looks like it's got a little bit of a cottage cheesy consistency, which really won't hurt anything, because we will squeegee off any small little pieces at the end. But this actually looks like it's going to go on nicely. So let's wipe down my little stir stick here, because I don't want to get this black ink on chalk paste on everything. Y'all, I can't even keep my words straight today. Okay, so now we have cleaned off our squeegee, and so now I'm going to go back and just ever so lightly put the word farmhouse. And I'm just trying to be gentle and not push too hard. I'm definitely being much gentler than the first round that went down. Hold up the excess. Let's put it back in the container. And again, clean this black off. It's one of the toughest ones to get off once it's dry, so I like to just get it off of there as soon as I can. And close up this paste. Wipe my fingers off, because I don't want to get it on my box board. And we're going to just gently lift. And there we go. I think that turned out kind of cute. Take a little bit of this wet wipe. Get that little dark spot right there. I don't know how that snuck in on me. There we go, that lightened it up. And now we have, well, these corner protectors will be the death of me, so I'm going to pull them off. I'll put them back on before it gets shipped. But now we have Farmhouse Kitchen. I hope you can see that. Hey, Betsy. I'm not real good at looking at the comments, but I'm so glad you joined us. And this is the Farmhouse Kitchen sign, and it will be available as part of our Watts of Love auction that I will have on here on my Facebook page, Chalk Fun with Jan, this weekend. So if this is a piece that you're interested in, you may want to bid on it, or you may want to get the pieces to make one yourself. And if you go by my website, you can do that. It's chalkcouture.com/Jan Hatchett. And when you check out, I encourage you to round up for Watts of Love. It's less than $1, and it really adds up to help the families in Malawi. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you can join us for other projects that I'll be preparing through this week. I do have a little touch-up work to do on this one.